No matter what you go through, keep dreaming. Keep going, don't quit, keep reaching. You can be the best you wanna be, gotta believe it. Keep the faith, the mustard seed is all needed. You gotta want it as bad as you breathe. My journey and your journey different but unique. I wear the CJ on my chest as a reminder that I can do all things through Christ Jesus.
To our next part, we will be doing a panel on economic justice. So I want to just clearly define how NLC regards to economic justice. For the sake of it, I know that there's multiple definitions of what economic justice is, but over the parameters of this discussion, I want to read just this little short blurb. This is also what we shared with our panelists on how we frame economic justice in NLC. I know that this is going to be a very interesting conversation, as we had on yesterday. So this conversation will focus on economic justice, which refers to the idea that everyone should have fair access to economic opportunities, resources, and systems that allow individuals and communities to thrive. Economic justice looks beyond individual success and asks whether the structures of our economy fairly serve communities across the lines of race, class, and geography. And opportunity. Our goal is to help the fellows understand how economic systems impact communities and how leaders across sectors can contribute to more equitable outcomes. Okay, so that is how NLC really frames its mindset about yes. So we're going to jump right into our panel. We're going to go ahead, and that'll give us a little bit of extra time if we have questions later on. I'm going to sit down. Yeah. All right. So you guys know me, so I don't have to introduce myself. But we're going to go down the line. Allow them to introduce themselves. Give us just a little brief. Give me your best 2 minutes of who you are. 2 minutes. 2 minutes of who you are and why you can have some conversation about economic justice.
My name is Charleston Girley. So I am the founder of Dream Legacy Enterprises. So what we do is we take individuals or businesses and we help them steward their business or their organization from a financial standpoint, teaching them financial literacy, what it is that the economic or the economy is looking for with finances and everything like that. I'm also a high functioning real estate investor. So I've been in the real estate game for maybe about 6-7 years now. So I've done everything from building houses, renting out houses, flipping houses. And what I have found in that space is teaching low income families how to get into the housing game, whether it is you want to, retain a house that an elderly person in your family had, or you want to create generational wealth. So being able to teach from that standpoint. I'm also the former director of finance for Families Inc., which is one of the largest therapy companies here in Northeast Arkansas. And then I'm also a faith-driven personal development speaker. So I go around doing motivational speaking, talking to kids and everything like that, talking to them about their dreams. I believe that dreams are not only just for kids, but it's for adults as well. So I go around teaching people how to bring their dreams into reality. And so I know you said 2 minutes, but I'm also a former football player here at Arkansas State. So I played from 2011, 2015. I'm originally from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and that bridge has really taught me as far as, and we'll get into it, just the economy differences in different cities and different locations. So coming from a place that's primarily 90 to 95% African-American, coming to Jonesboro, the diversity and everything as it relates to finances has really taught me a lot, which puts me in a position from a young person, because I'm a little bit younger than these guys, but God has given me the wisdom to speak. God has given me the wisdom to be able to speak on a lot of different topics. So I'm looking forward to today.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. So the first question is, how has your current role or work shifted the tide towards greater economic justice in your community or your field?
All right, y'all bear with me. As I said, I'm a professional speaker, so my goal is to stay in my seat. I want to get up right now. But what we are doing at Dream Legacy Enterprises, we are teaching people, especially kids, financial literacy. So lean in, as they would say, just a little bit. We are dealing with something in the economy that's called the equity gap, where people are getting wealthier and then people are getting poor. The days of the middle class is slowly disappearing. And so when I'm going around teaching people, what I'm teaching people are two words: stewardship and leverage. So stewardship may be a new word that you have heard today, but stewardship means that I have to steward what I currently have. A lot of times in the economy or even in our families, we say, if I just make more money, I'll be okay. Most of the time when I'm going around talking to people about real estate, oh, I want a house. If I can just flip a house. But what happens is the money comes in, you don't know how to steward it, and then it leaves. So when we are talking about, and I'm teaching kids, I'm teaching families financial literacy, I'm drilling home budgeting. I'm drilling home one of the words that a lot of us don't like is discipline. Like, how can I manage this even if it doesn't come, even if it takes a minute, or if it does come, how can I put the money in the right buckets so that it stays and then it starts to create a wheel for myself? So I said stewardship, but then I said leverage. A lot of times when we are talking about finances, when we are talking about economics, we don't understand the leverage that we actually have. What am I good at? What am I knowledgeable at? What are the skills that I actually do have that can generate money for me? Instead of just going out and just simply working, what is it that, I'm good at? Am I good at filmmaking? Am I good at content creation? And then how can I partner with somebody? How can I leverage my relationship? So if Henry is teaching something and has a program, how can I leverage what I do to partner with him? It's no longer about me. It's no longer about him, but how can we partner together to then push the program out, which then draws in the fish, which then draws in the opportunities. Wealth in the economy is built off opportunities. Can I recognize the opportunity? And then if I can recognize it, can I take advantage of it? Not in a selfish way, but in a state of mind where I have the wisdom to know what it is that I'm talking about, know what it is that I'm doing. And so in this game, because I call it like the game of life, you are either going to go upward or you're either going to go backwards. And so you have to find your place in that sense. And then a lot of it comes down to just a simple financial literacy. Can I steward what I have? Can I leverage what I have in order to make progress?
My next question, and how for emerging leaders, for people who are wanting to maybe offer support or assistance, or even maybe access points for you to come into their spaces and teach what you do. What is the most important thing that you would say to this group of emerging leaders that you need from them in a support aspect?
So I want to circle back. In the beginning, I said I was from Pine Bluff. Somebody clapped. I want to give a special shout out to you. I want to acknowledge you, but I want to use the word KISS without the last S. So keep it simple. I don't want to call anybody stupid. But the very first thing that I would say that could be very beneficial to you all just in the very beginning, and I talk to my kids about it, is understand the dream. Like, so when you are presenting or being presented with an opportunity, do you understand what you are actually trying to do? Like, I think that's the biggest thing that you get. So if I approach you, can you explain to me your business? Can you explain to me your business idea? What is it that you are trying to obtain? The more that you understand, the better it is that you are equipped to then go out into the public and community and you know what you're looking for. So that would be the first thing. The second thing would be alignment. Okay. How am I aligning with these people? Sometimes we are so eager to grab opportunities, but if this opportunity is going to make me take a lateral step, I'm not moving forward. So I got to take a step back. Okay, how do I align with Henry? And if I align with Henry, if I partner with Henry, if I partner with Chris, am I taking a forward step with them, or am I just taking a lateral step? If I'm taking a lateral step, I never get out of the circle that I'm trying to get out of. Anybody in here has heard of the rat race? So in the rat race, financially, that means that I can't get beyond my circumstances. But sometimes we are so eager for the opportunity, we are so eager for wealth that we would just align with anybody. The other thing that I would say is wisdom. One of the things that I pray to God about is, God, help me to understand who I'm aligning with. I'm going to use Henry as an example. This is not Henry. I don't know who Henry is in bed with, business wise. All right. So if I'm just so eager to align with him and then something happens, now a lot of people have a reputation about me because of who I associated myself with because of things that they do. So again, alignment is very important. Don't just go around just trying to grab any and everybody that you can't. I got to understand, number one, myself and who it is that I'm trying to align with. And then, as they always say, your network is your net worth. So if I align myself with the proper people, these people can provide me opportunities and things like that. But just as much as they can provide me with opportunities, I got to bring something to the table. What am I bringing to the table? Am I bringing sweat equity, which means that I am going to provide them a benefit? I'm going to, work pro bono. Because I'm trying to get my foot in the door. Or is there some partnerships that I can bring? Don't come empty handed. Come with something that you can offer. That's how it grows. That's how it builds, because he may have something that he is lacking in one area that I am good at. Now, not only am I partnering with him to obtain something for myself, but I'm also lifting him up as I go along the way. Let me stop. I'm about to get up and start talking and walking around. So,
Focus on that, because this is off script. So forgive me for going off script of the question, but it's something that was brought up. So we talked a lot about one of the core values of NLC, and we talk a lot about this. How can you align with people who are already doing the work that you're doing, right? And so I know alignment is this big word that we're using in 2026, right? Like, ministers are preaching alignment. This is a year of alignment. Businesses are talking a lot about alignment. You just brought up the word alignment. So in the aspect of economics, dollars and cents, economic justice, how we're propelling, how important, and you guys have sort of kind of touched on it, but I want this to be the last final question. How important is aligning with the right people, right companies, right, situations, right contracts? How important is that? And we'll start with you, Charleston. How important is that to economic justice? And just so that you can be free. We had Tony Thomas here yesterday, and he stood up.
I know Tony.
So be free.
Okay.
But how important is alignment? What factor does that play in economic justice?
So alignment is very important. Number one, if we are saying, imagine a line. Okay. So if I'm in alignment, that means I am on the line, which means that I am being impactful in a specific sense and is going to make sense. So I'm going to go back just a little bit. Let's say we have similar interests. Okay. One word to remove out of your mind is competition. You don't have competition. If you know the specifics of what it is that you are trying to do, it is possible to have two people teaching financial literacy, but I may be speaking to kids. So I am aligning myself to follow this pathway. I'm not over here talking to CEOs. This person, Henry, may be a financial literacy person. His pathway is CEOs. So if I understand the line that I'm supposed to be on, I won't run interference with him. He is not my competition, because he is going in a different pathway. I'm going in. So alignment is extremely important because it is following what I would say your life's calling. Okay. If I'm in alignment, that means I'm going to reach and teach the people that I'm supposed to. So if you ever find yourself in a position and you say, man, God, this isn't working, this is not being impactful, keep that word in mind. Maybe you are not aligned in the correct pathway, and then it starts to become impactful. Then you talked about the money aspect. Okay. If I am trying to be aligned, I am not trying to be rich. I am trying to be wealthy in impacting the people that I'm supposed to. The money will come. The money will come. The Bible says, is when you try to be jealous of the money. Money isn't a bad thing, but it's when my mindset is so focused on it. But if I'm aligning with my purpose, I am going to impact the correct crowd. I'm going to impact the correct people. Think of marketing. Marketing is very specific. You're not marketing to the masses. You are marketing to a specific group. And that's all alignment is. I'm aligning with a specific group. I have a podcast. My podcast is not for everybody. So if I got 20 views, if I have 40 views, I don't concern myself with content creators who have 1 million views. The 40 people that watch it can be 40 impactful people that can open so many doors for me because I have aligned myself with who it is that I am talking to, and I don't associate with other people that are not on the pathway that I am trying to stay on. Let me pass this way.
No, it's just,
After you accomplish that one dream, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to God, you owe it to your family to be able to do it again, to dream again. But when you dream again, you're not only dreaming for yourself, somebody else is being inspired